Mark Douglas, the legendary trading psychologist, is best known for changing the way traders see the market. In his timeless book, Trading in the Zone, he explained that most traders lose money, not because of poor strategies, but because of poor mindset. When we sit in front of the charts, fear, greed, and impatience take over. We believe the market owes us something, or that we can outsmart it with one perfect trade. The truth is different. Douglas taught that trading is not about predicting every move, it's about managing probabilities and controlling yourself. His method focuses on building discipline, emotional control, and the ability to think like a consistent winner. If you want to stop losing money, you need to step away from the idea of certainty and embrace uncertainty. Trading is a game of probabilities, and your edge comes not from being right all the time, but from managing risk and executing with discipline. This is the first mindset shift Douglas wanted every trader to adopt. Stop trying to be perfect and start thinking in terms of probabilities. The second key part of Mark Douglas's method is understanding randomness. Most traders lose money because they expect the market to act in predictable ways. They see patterns and believe that once they appear, the result is guaranteed. Douglas strongly argued that this mindset is dangerous. Every trade outcome is random, even if the setup is perfect. That does not mean the market is chaos. It means each trade is only one event in a long series of probabilities. Just like a casino knows the odds are in their favor, traders must learn to think the same way. Casinos don't care about the outcome of one spin. They care about thousands. If traders can adopt this mindset, losses stop feeling painful and wins stop creating overconfidence. Both are just outcomes of probability. This shift frees a trader's mind from emotional extremes. Losing traders often chase the market, while winners calmly accept randomness and stick to their rules. Once you truly believe in probabilities, the fear of losing starts to disappear. Mark Douglas emphasized that risk management is the heart of consistent profitability. Many traders lose money because they put too much risk on a single trade, hoping to get rich quickly. This impatience destroys accounts. Douglas compared it to playing Russian roulette. You might win a few times, but eventually the risk catches up. His method requires traders to define risk before entering any trade. That means knowing exactly how much you are willing to lose if the market goes against you. Professional traders never think in terms of how much they will win, but always in terms of how much they can afford to lose. Douglas taught that consistent success comes from small, controlled risks applied repeatedly. This allows traders to survive losing streaks and still stay in the game when opportunities come. The goal is not one massive winning trade, but a series of disciplined decisions over time. By focusing on risk first, profits take care of themselves. Another cornerstone of the Mark Douglas method is detachment from outcomes. Losing traders obsess over whether a trade wins or loses, attaching their emotions and self-worth to every result. Douglas explained that this attachment creates fear and hesitation, leading to poor execution. Instead, traders must learn to see each trade as just one of many in a series. It is not about the outcome of one trade, it is about following the process consistently. Detachment allows traders to execute without hesitation, even when they face consecutive losses. Imagine a professional poker player. He doesn't get emotional about one hand because he knows the game is long and probability works in his favor. Traders must think the same way. This mindset removes emotional pressure and creates freedom to execute with clarity. With detachment, you can stay consistent regardless of short-term outcomes. Another cornerstone of the Mark Douglas method is detachment from outcomes. Losing traders obsess over whether a trade wins or loses, attaching their emotions and self-worth to every result. Douglas explained that this attachment creates fear and hesitation, leading to poor execution. Instead, traders must learn to see each trade as just one of many in a series. It is not about the outcome of one trade, it is about following the process consistently. Detachment allows traders to execute without hesitation, even when they face consecutive losses. Imagine a professional poker player. He doesn't get emotional about one hand because he knows the game is long and probability works in his favor. Traders must think the same way. This mindset removes emotional pressure and creates freedom to execute with clarity. With detachment, you can stay consistent regardless of short-term outcomes. Confidence was another lesson Mark Douglas pressed upon traders. Most people think confidence comes from winning trades, but Douglas argued the opposite. True confidence comes from discipline and trust in your system, not from results. If your confidence depends on the last trade, you will always be on an emotional roller coaster. Douglas's method teaches that traders should build confidence by executing their plan flawlessly, regardless of outcome. The key is consistency. Every time you follow your rules, you strengthen your confidence. Over time, this mindset creates calmness because you know success is built through process, not luck. Confidence allows traders to avoid impulsive decisions, stick to their strategy, and survive in volatile markets. Without confidence, fear and greed will always take control. One of the most powerful principles of the Mark Douglas method is patience. Many traders blow accounts because they chase every small move, believing more trades mean more profit. Douglas flipped this idea upside down. He taught that patience is not about waiting for the perfect trade. It is about waiting for the right conditions that match your edge. By rushing into trades, you increase the chance of emotional decisions. Patience gives traders control, clarity, and the ability to see the market without pressure. It allows them to wait for high probability setups instead of gambling on random movements. In trading, sometimes doing nothing is the most profitable decision. Patience, combined with discipline, builds the foundation for long-term success. The final step in the Mark Douglas method is shifting your identity. To stop losing money, you cannot just apply rules. You must become a trader who thinks differently. Douglas said, traders must reprogram their beliefs about markets. Instead of searching for certainty, you must embrace uncertainty. Instead of chasing wins, you must focus on process. Instead of fearing losses, you must see them as part of the game. This identity shift is the real secret. Once you start thinking like a consistent trader, losses no longer break your confidence, and wins no longer inflate your ego. You trade with balance, discipline, and clarity. In the end, Douglas's method is about mastering yourself, not the market. Because the truth is, the market is always uncertain, but your mindset can always be controlled. That is how you stop losing money and start trading like a professional. Mark Douglas also taught that traders must separate market knowledge from self-knowledge. Most traders spend years chasing strategies, indicators, and secret systems, believing the market hides a formula for success. Douglas flipped this belief. He said the market has no secrets. The real secret is within you. The charts are the same for everyone. What makes the difference is how you react to them. Two traders can see the same setup, but one executes calmly, while the other hesitates out of fear. One cuts losses, while the other freezes and lets losses grow. This difference has nothing to do with charts, it is about mindset. Douglas believed the biggest investment traders can make is in their psychology. By mastering self-knowledge, you gain the ability to control fear, greed, and doubt. Market knowledge helps, but without self-control, it is useless. The last principle to highlight is acceptance. Douglas explained that losses are not mistakes, they are part of the probabilities. The moment you fully accept this truth, trading becomes lighter. You no longer feel anger at the market or at yourself. Instead, you see every loss as a cost of doing business, just like rent for a shopkeeper. Acceptance creates freedom, and freedom creates consistency. Without acceptance, traders fall into cycles of revenge trading, over-leveraging, or quitting too soon. With acceptance, you remain calm, stick to your edge, and keep playing the long game. At its core, the Mark Douglas method is not about avoiding losses, it is about mastering them. Once you accept losses as normal, you finally step into the mindset of professional traders. That is when your trading stops being emotional gambling and becomes a disciplined business. Mark Douglas's wisdom reminds us that trading mastery isn't about predicting candles, it's about mastering ourselves. When you embrace probabilities, manage emotions, and accept losses as part of the game, you step into the rare mindset that separates professionals from the masses. Most traders chase strategies, but millionaires build discipline. The question is, are you ready to stop fighting the market and start aligning with it? If you can think in probabilities, control fear, and respect risk, you can turn your $100 account into a foundation for lasting success. This is the essence of the Mark Douglas method. Stop losing money by losing your limiting beliefs. If this message resonates, subscribe to The Trader's Mindset, share with a fellow trader, and remember, the market doesn't punish or reward, it reflects who you are. Bring calm, discipline, and growth to the charts.